Okay, this video is a little bit of an update as to what's going on with my training. I recorded those Stride videos, review of Stride, a long time ago now. It's probably more than, it could be around 6 months. I had intentions of recording a lot more, but life got in the way. Got a busy family life and obviously training for a marathon, have a full-time job, all that sort of stuff, excuses. Anyway, the marathon, the Stride program went really well. As I said in that last video, I picked training level 3. As I progressed through the training plan, I did multiple test weeks. There was a test week, I think maybe the first one after general build. I actually missed the 20-minute effort because I caught a cold and just wasn't feeling great and thought, well, I'm not going to perform at my best, so I actually just skipped that day and sort of just went straight, accepted the CP that I had and went straight on to the next. A lot of training with that same CP, but nevertheless there was 2 more test weeks in the training plan and my CP did progress slightly. It went from I think 301 where it might have been in the last video, eventually topping out at 306 or 309, still on the lower end of the level 4 recommendation, 4 point something, 25 kilowatts per kilo or something like that. So yeah, I still stuck with training level 3 and that went reasonably well. I still had niggles on the odd after the long runs. I think my body's not that great at 6 days a week, so I'm considering dropping that back to 5 days a week for the next block. Anyway, the marathon itself, I woke up with a bit of a sniffle and a cold 2 days before the marathon. Otherwise I felt kind of okay, sore throat at first and then sniffle on the morning, a sniffle. I set out at my planned power, which was around 2 in the high 250s, and I didn't go crazy. I stuck to that. Actually ended up not being able to maintain or even get up to the, if the Stride race planner predicts you'll run X marathon, this marathon speed at 260, I think it was 260 or 261. Even though I started out lower than that, I was not able to hold 260 for long, if at all. And it was about pretty much early on in the race I started having stomach issues. The race nutrition, which I had tested with plenty enough in long runs, didn't gel with me at that intensity for that duration. And in hindsight, looking back, I didn't hydrate well enough going into the race. I hydrated well the day before, but of the morning, I did not even have any Gatorade or anything like that. I just was really worried about having to use the bathroom. And I believe at the end of the race, I stopped at every aid station, got drinks at every, didn't stop it. I got fluid at every aid station. And at the end of the race, I was very dehydrated according to the colour of you-know-what. So I believe hydration may have had a part to play in why the nutrition was causing me stomach cramps. And then subsequently, I stopped taking the nutrition. I think earlier than half marathon time, like 20, maybe around 21, maybe earlier than that, maybe 19K I feel in my head. As I said, this is a while ago now. It's November 9, and this is back in August 15, August 10. And yeah, so I stopped taking the nutrition because every time I took it, in the stomach, I just couldn't. The pain was making me have to slow down. But I kept soldiering on, and I was able to keep the pace up in the high 250s. But I could feel things were not going that well compared to my previous half marathons. Remember, this is my first marathon. And at 37k is when it all ended. I started getting muscles locking up, starting with the calves, not being able to lengthen fully, as it was affecting my stride pattern, having to run back on my heels instead of more close to midfoot where I tend to strike. And then not long after the calves, the hamstrings, the quads, you name it, I had to walk, but I was able to walk. So I tried to walk, jog it in. That was the slowest 5Ks of my life, from 37 to 42. I always thought, in a marathon, you know, if things go wrong, I could still knock out a 30-minute 5K. No, this is the slowest 5K of my life. I could not do it. I had people running up to me and go, oh, if we do this, we can still make 3:45. Like, okay, I'll try. No, couldn't hang on to even slower people doing an easier pace. So my time ended up 3:48. Jogged it in, obviously jogged the last couple 100 meters. Still enjoyed it, because actually, in fact, if you look back at the photos, all the photos of me, I've got a bit of a grimace on my face. And I think when I started walking, that was the most enjoyable part of the race. And I got to chat with people, high five some kids, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And yes, I still had a good time, still came away positive, still wanting to do another marathon. So that was one of the things I was curious about. Would I be a one and done marathoner? No, I'm not. I want to do another one. I decided to cut that video short. I wanted this video to be just about my stride experience and how my marathon had gone. In that recording, I did go on a little bit more about my experience post the marathon and what I plan to do next. I'll keep that for another video, so if you're interested in following along, look out for another upload. For the time being, I really like Stride and think it's a great tool to add to your running repertoire, and highly recommend it, especially if you've reached a bit of a plateau in your running. Thanks for watching.